Hey guys, it's your boy Mike, and this is the Godox it30 Pocket Flash or Mini Flash. It's like the old pop-up flash. So we're gonna do a review on this. Let's get started. All right, so this thing is pretty cool. If you remember when you first got into photography, you had those digital cameras that had the pop-up flashes. They were basically fill flashes to fill in like harsh sunlight or just to fill in if it was kind of dark or anything. Well, this does the same thing. I'm gonna take this into my office and take a real close look at it. But this is a pretty cool thing. It has a built-in diffuser. It has a lithium battery that you can recharge. It's set for, you can shoot TTL or through the lens. And through the lens, what through the lens does is it actually takes information from the camera, feeds it to the flash on how much flash it needs to supply to give you the best quality picture possible. This does shoot TTL. It can also shoot manual, and it also can shoot multiple for those fast action shots where you need continuous flashes going. And it does pretty good. You can even set up the frequency the frequency of the flash as it goes along. This is a really good small pocket flash. It's actually set up per camera. So they have it for Fuji, they have it for Nikon, they have it for Canon, they have it for Sony, they have it for Leica, and I think they have it for Panasonic. I'm not sure. You probably have to look into it a little bit more. But charge it up, and the lithium battery holds the charge for 450 flashes. It's got a actual strobe wattage of 10 to 15 watts per second. That's what it's pretty much rated at. It has a sync cable connection in it. It has a diffuser built inside of it, so you can set it for wide angle, you can set it for narrow. You can scroll through with the touch screen on the back, or you can use the knob on the top to scroll through and walk through. It's a really neat piece of kit. I originally had a it30, which is a manual type pocket strobe that goes on top of here, and it just had a straight pin connection. So when you hit the trigger, whatever you put into it, but this has TTL, it has everything on it. I'm shooting, for this actual review, I'm shooting with my Sony A7C. And it fits right on there. It's really neat. The one thing I hated about the main flashes, because when they got rid of the pop-up flashes for the regular digital cameras, one of the main things that I really didn't like was putting on a big bulky flash on the top. Now, I tried to convert some of my older Sony flashes with a conversion dongle that went in between, and it was really rackety. And when I walked around, if I brushed up against something, I broke two of them, and they cost like $22 a piece. So this doesn't stick out far. It gives you just about everything you want, and this thing acts as a trigger in place of the the X3 for the Godox, but you can also use this as an off-camera strobe using the X3. So I have both the X3 and this, but I like this because I can run and gun and shoot, and if I have to bring out my big strobe lights, I can use this as a trigger to operate those strobe lights. So let's take a look at what comes in the box and some of the menu setups. A little bit more. Okay, so here's the box that the Godox it30 comes in. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up for you real quick so you can see what it comes with it. And let me see if I can get it the right way. Okay, yeah, here you go. So you can see on top, there's the instruction booklet. I'm going to take that out. And here is the it30 in a plastic wrapper. Comes right out. You can see it still has the plastic covers on it, here and here. And it has the bottom shoe cover. It has a push button to retract the little tab so you can pull that out. And I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. Little tabs that go in and out. Put that on. To turn this on, you simply push and hold this button right here and turn the dial. And you can go into all the different settings simply by swiping down. You have manual mode that it's in right now. You have multi-mode, which does multi-light flashing, and TTL. Now, that is in this configuration, but if you see right here, it says that the attachment is going to the camera. You can have it as a transmitter, or you could turn it to a receiver just by clicking on it. And you have your wireless settings over here. So this is set for channel 7, which I have most of my gear set to, and it is off. And I'm going to go back to the main menu. You have your high sync speed, and you have extra little menus right here. And usually by sliding up, you go back. It's in manual right now. So I'm going to turn it off, and let's see what else is in the box. So we'll go in and we'll pull this piece out, and we'll pull this up and open this up, and inside there is a Godox pouch and a USB-C to USB-A for charging. And I'm going to loosen this up real quick and show you where it goes. So on this side, you have a USB-C for charging and for firmware updates, plugged right into the side. You also have a 2.5 millimeter sync jack right here. On the bottom, you have your hot shoe with the cover on it. On the top, you have the flash area right here. Now, you can barely see it, but if you see, it's got a switch here to toggle a diffuser on it. You have a wide and a narrow. So narrow gives you direct light, and a wide disperses the light to make it softer. You have a manual dial on the top, along with an infrared port right here. You have your buttons in the back that work with the manual and the dial. And that's pretty much it for this. We'll set it on the camera and see what it looks like. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the menu inside of this flash/trigger. So we'll go on, and there we are right there. So right now you can see it's in multi-shoot, and we're going to go into the menu. And to get to the menu, we could do it one of two ways. There is a menu button right here that we can push, or we could slide from the top of the screen down, and that brings us into the internal menu. So now we'll go down, we're going to go up to the top, and you can see right now it's connected. Right here is connected on top of the camera, and this is the A7C that I'm shooting with, and I have a 50 millimeter 1.8 lens on it. And if I want to change this to be a transmitter, all I have to do is hit it once, and you can see the lines going out. The lines going out means it's a transmitter. If I hit it again, you're going to see the lines coming in, meaning that it's receiving commands from another trigger, which means I can shoot with this off camera. So that's the first thing. The next thing you see at the top is the screen lock. Now you hit that, and now you have to actually push on the screen and hold it for 2 seconds to unlock it. Right now, I can't move anything around. So all I do is hit and push this. Now, I'll get into that a little bit later on. But right now it's set to it's on channel 7 as a receiver, and it's group A. So I'm going to go back into my menu, pull down, go back down, and I'm going to change this back to the trigger on the camera. Now, I'm going to actually turn on the camera now, and you will see that if I go back through this particular menu, you'll only get the transmitter and on top of the camera flash. You don't get the receiver anymore because it's connected to the camera. So now we're going to go into our Wi-Fi, and our Wi-Fi setting, you see I'm on channel 7, and that's what most of my stuff is here. Now, if I was in a crowded room and I wanted to, I could ID all my flashes to this, because a lot of people might use channel 7 in a big venue, or if they're having a big event. And if they all use channel 7, I don't want them shooting my flash. So you can go from off to 32, up to 32 on the ID. Go back there. But I'm going to take it back to off. Got to be kind of careful swiping. And if I have other Godox flashes, I can sync them automatically. So whatever I set this to, it'll automatically sync the flash to. So now I'm gonna go back. If you hit the menu, it goes back to the main. I'm gonna go back down. So now that's on your Wi-Fi settings. You have a high sync mode right here, and you can high sync this to the camera. I never shoot with the high sync on because it just takes too much time. And then you have your setups. You have multi-shoot, you have TTL, which is through the lens, which means the camera actually sets out or tells the flash how much flash it needs to make a good picture. And you have manual, where I actually manually set it. So if I come out of this, come back out, you'll see this in manual mode right now, the M over in the side. You'll see the distance, that the optimal distance for using the flash at 1/16, and it's 1 meter, a little bit over 1 meter. So now if I go back into this and switch it to TTL, you'll see that it's the exposure set to 0, but it shows me my optimal distance is 4 meters, and the camera is telling the flash how much flash it needs. Now I can, if I don't like the flash, I can actually go in and I can run the flash, give me more exposure or give me less exposure, or I could take it back to 0 and let the camera put out everything. So that's in TTL mode. You see TTL on the side. Now, the other one is multi-flashes. And multi-flash is when you're having action shots and the flash goes a lot of times with the action shots. Right now, I'm set up for 2 flashes at a frequency of 15. I'm going to run it up to 5 flashes and at that frequency, and I'm going to hit it. And you can see it just went 5 times at 15 hertz. And so that's your multi-flash. I'm not going to really go in depth into any of this stuff because it'll take me like 20 to 30 minutes, and I just want to touch the basics so you guys can see. Now, these are more settings. Like this is your trigger distance, 0 to 30 meters. That's for close up if you're shooting close up, and 1 meter to 100 meters. And I usually leave it set there because I usually don't stay really that close to my subjects. Going back to here, you have your slave mode. I have it off right now, but you have mode 1, slave 1, slave 2. That's using your optical sensor, the little red one that's at the top. And when another flash goes off, then this will flash also. I don't use that, especially if I'm shooting where there's other cameras, because other flashes can set this off. So now we'll go back out. TCM. So TCM is TTL converted to manual. So what happens is, with this on, if I go to come out and change my multi to TTL, and then go back and I take a picture. So what this picture was taken at, now if I go back in and have that on, which it is on, and now I go back to change it to manual, what you'll see when I come out of here is this is the setting that it shot at in manual or in TTL. So that's what it comes to. So like I said, the TCM is TTL converted to manual. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna turn that off, and then I'm gonna come back out. This is your standby. It tells you when, or after you've been sitting for a while, it'll go into snooze mode. This is your power off setting for auto power off. You can set a timer for how long, you can set a timer for how long you want. This is 60 seconds, which is 1 minute, 30 seconds, 90 seconds, a minute and a half. So you can set a timer for when you want this. That's for saving power in your battery. Then you have your screen standby. That's when the screen turns off. That also saves time on, or saves power. You have 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, and I think this goes to 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes. So I'll leave it. I'm going to leave my screen at 1 minute. Then you have your screen brightness. You can set the brightness of your screen up high, or I could run my brightness down low and you can see the brightness changing. I'm gonna bring it right back to center again. Then we'll go back out and we'll go to new arrangements or new agreements. I'm not really sure what this new agreement is. I just leave it on. You have your languages. It only has 2 languages on here. It has Chinese and English. I got mine set to English. You have a factory reset. If for some reason you mess up all your stuff, you can go back in and you can change this to a factory reset. And then you have device info, and this tells you your firmware version. Right now I'm at V1.04 and the actual latest is V1.07. And that's all your settings. Go back in. That's all your settings: high-speed sync, manual, multi, TTL. You have your internal settings. You have your Wi-Fi setting. It's not coming down. You have your Wi-Fi setting. You have your flash setting. It's right now set for on camera. That's set to be a trigger, which you can trigger other Godox flashes with this. And you can also trigger the Neewer Q120 and the Neewer Q300 with this, using this as a trigger. The lock screen, and that the new version, which is version 1.07, they were having a problem with the touch screen because locking it, when you locked it, if you lay it against your chest and it pressed for long enough, it would unlock and your settings would go off. But now, the new one, you have to actually hit the set button to get the lock screen to come off. That's with the new version. So that fixed that problem. As you can see, I have my master off. The master is the flash itself. And then I have group A, B, C, and D. Or excuse me, group A, B, and C. They don't have a D and F. So you're only shooting, you can only trigger 3 flashes with this. I do have my X3, which allows me to trigger a lot of different flashes. So this is, I only use this if I'm out in the field, I'm running and gunning, and I need a little pop-up flash, like I said before. But I also would like to use it in the studio if I'm coming right off the street into the studio. And if I'm running like a key light, a headlight, or a hair light, and a background light, this is great for that because I can set all of these up to shoot with that. And that's basically it for the things. Let's get back into our regular video. Okay, as you can see, Alex is right there. I'm getting ready to take a couple of shots of him first without the flash on. We're gonna try it again. Now it's a little bit darker. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn the flash on. And now I got it set for TTL, so it's shooting through the lens. Stay where you are, Alex. One more time. And then you'll be able to see the difference in these two shots. Okay, so as you can see, I haven't done the firmware update on it yet, but I will be doing the firmware update. You need the Godox generator and the actual firmware update. You download them to your PC or your MacBook, and then you load them up on your product. So I really like this thing. I was looking for a small like pop-up flash like that comes up on your camera. This was perfect, but the one that I had before was the it30, and I thought that was going to be perfect, and I used it, and I got my daughter one of them also because she's shooting with the Sony A7 series also. And this is it. It's manual. It's got a centerline hot shoe that you just send a signal through and it puts out whatever you pick up. It does have an optical finder, so it does have slave and slave 1 and slave 2. So, and you can turn this on, test it and everything. It's got a diffuser cover on the top. This one, I love it because now instead of having a trigger and having a mini flash on my camera so I can run and gun and come right back in the studio and start shooting, this does it all. So I'm really excited to use this. I'm really liking it so far. It's been as advertised. I've had no problems yet with it, and I'm going to keep on shooting with it. Maybe later on down the line I'll come back and revisit it. But you got to go out and get one of these things. The it30, this is for Sony. Remember, they're for the particular models. I know you're going to love it because I love it myself. So that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit lengthy, but I wanted to show you guys all the different features and everything that I could in a short amount of time without having to go into an in-depth explanation of everything. Remember to follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Help a brother out. So that's it for me. As always, I'm Mike of Photos by Mike, making life stand still one picture at a time. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good day.